Hey guys, Ron here. Just got done listening to a video that was about 11 minutes long, and it was called it was something like how the 80-20 works, Abraham Hicks or something like that. She and the guy in the audience actually never mentioned 80-20 the whole time, and they didn't mention the Pareto principle, which was also part of the title. If you want to go to YouTube, you can search it and see it. But it just dawned on me, I'd been following Abraham Hicks a lot in the last 3-4 years, and actually I saw a post on Facebook a couple days ago, come to think of it, and Wayne Dyer had interviewed Abraham Hicks just a couple days ago, so I hadn't got a chance to listen to that yet. But I listen to a lot of law of attraction people. The one that resonates the most with me right now is Abraham Hicks, always has for the last few years. It's very much about vibration. There's a concept of living in the vortex. There's this idea of vibrational currency. There's this idea, it's kind of, I mean, it really is like the 80-20. I mean, you're really taking 80% of stuff that happens that doesn't feel right, and you're getting rid of it, and you're keeping the 20%. And then you do it again, you get rid of 80%, keep the 20%. What ends up happening is, I don't think everybody understands this, but a lot of what you say, what you hear from people and what you say, it's really about it feeling like it's in alignment. So if you tell somebody something and you say it to them and you're like, well, I said it, so I must believe it. Well, if you didn't feel good saying it to somebody, you might not believe it. And that's what we're talking about with the vibrational alignment. So it's about carefully choosing your words that feel congruent to you, that go along with the feeling, the emotion, the thoughts. So for a lot of people that have a lot of thoughts racing through their mind, this is where it's really important to try this 80-20 approach of constantly doing what you would call get in the vortex, is you're just constantly using that feedback loop on the vibration. And it's a combination of thoughts, it's a combination of action, it's a combination of emotions, and it's about how you feel when you hear people say stuff to you, and it's about how you feel when you say something to somebody else. And you're just always constantly adjusting that your whole life to find out, go through cognitive dissonance, which is the idea that you have conflicting beliefs in your brain, and that's actually that unease that you feel. And that's cognitive dissonance is a lot of times where you tell people stuff and they don't believe you. They have these core set of beliefs. So that's a really important concept. I could listen to Abraham Hicks for hours and hours. I've listened to so much of the law of attraction stuff from her, and it's one of those things where I think you either just, it kind of makes sense to you at a point in your life, or it just doesn't at all, you know. And it might not make any sense to you right now, and years from now it may make a ton of sense to you. So it's on a very deep level. I would say it's one of those things where you have to reflect and almost listen a couple times to like fully understand it. But the video I just watched, there was a point where the guy was talking about the people he works with own, I think, $20 to $50 million planes or something like that, and he helps them with their $20 to $50 million planes. And he said it in such a way that the way he said it is like, I get to help the 20 and 30, 40, $50 million plane people. I get to help them. And he said that where the words themselves weren't that bad, but you could tell it kind of with a little voice inflection, the way he said it. There was a slight bit of resentment in there. And so Abraham Hicks called him on it in front of the audience and just said, okay, well, now try it again without the resentment. So him saying it again without the resentment doesn't solve the problem. What he needs to do is he needs to work through it and reword it in such a way with different words, different choices of words that feel congruent and right to him. And that'll open doors to new connections and new alignments and new parallel worlds and so forth. To get him to what's called the vibrational currency, to open up doors and ideas and get him on a higher vibration. Kind of goes along with what Einstein talks about, is we can't solve problems at the same level of thinking that we created them in. And he had that level of thinking, that resentment level of thinking, so he had to make it to the next level, and that's how he's going to get to where he's trying to get to. So that's all I got for now, guys. I got more coming up.